When your board meeting begins, AgendaLite supports you with a group of meeting management tools. For example, you can use AgendaLite to record attendance directly in the AgendaLite's meeting room page, initiate votes on agenda items, and broadcast voting results to both board members and staff members who have access to the proceedings. Board members will automatically see the current items under discussion. Move agenda items during the meeting from the discussion to the consent category or vice versa. Add minutes and document motions, recommendations, and action items related to an agenda item and display them in the published meeting minutes. Taking meeting attendance in the meeting room. The first thing a board assistant does after a meeting begins is record attendance. If anyone leaves the room during a meeting, he or she can note that as well, in case a board member is not available for voting. To record meeting attendance, select the released agenda that contains the meeting attendance list you wish to update, and click the Start Meeting button under Actions on the Meeting Agendas page. The meeting room page displays. At the top of the page, click the Attendance button. Click the appropriate buttons to identify whether the board members are present, absent, or not present. Caution: all board members listed as present must cast a vote to complete the voting process. Click the Update button to return to the meeting room page. When you flag an agenda item, you basically are moving the agenda item back and forth between the consent category in your agenda and the discussion category, or vice versa. To flag an item in AgendaLite, click the Flag button of the consent item you want to move to discussion. A flag confirmation pop-up window will appear. Click the OK button to confirm that you want to move the flagged item into the discussion category. The item is transferred to the agenda's discussion category. If you flag an item in the discussion category, it will move to the consent category. As a meeting progresses, you can use AgendaLite to quickly document motions and amendments relating to agenda items. To document motions or recommendations, select the agenda item for which a motion has been made and click the Actions Motion button. To create a new action, click the Add New Action button. From the Action Type drop-down list, select the type of action you want to document. If you select Motion on Original Recommendation or Motion to Amend, the text from the agenda item's original recommendation is automatically added to this page. This enables you to quickly edit or add to the text as needed for your recommendation and amendments. If you select Motion on Original Recommendation or Motion to Amend, the text from the agenda item's original recommendation is automatically added to this page. This enables you to quickly edit or add to the text as needed for your recommendations and amendments. Use the Motioned By drop-down list to indicate who suggested the motion, and the Seconded By drop-down list to indicate who seconded the motion. Click the Save button to add the action. If you want to initiate a vote, then click the Initiate Voting button under the Actions box on the right side of the screen. When you click this button, an activity box in all of the board members' screens exhibits the message Voting Now. The board assistant is responsible for initiating the voting for board members. To initiate a vote on an agenda item, complete the following steps. To initiate the vote for an action, select the agenda item that contains the action for which you will initiate a vote. Click the Initiate Voting button in the Actions section. All board members now see the message Voting Now displayed in the right Actions box in their AgendaLite pages. Click the Votes button to view the votes of all board members on the voting results pop-up. When you no longer need to display the voting results, click the Close button. The meeting room page redisplays. Now, you've just seen the view that the board assistant has of the agenda during a meeting. Let's take a quick look at the view the board members are seeing during this time. Once the board meeting begins, 3 activity boxes are displayed in the right side of the AgendaLite's meeting room pages, displayed to the board members and staff members. These boxes provide a way to see which agenda item is currently being discussed, view action items, view voting results, view the tally of the votes, and cast a vote on a motion for the current agenda item. Top activity box. Current agenda item being discussed. During meetings, as the board assistant selects current agenda items, the top activity box changes and the board member's view changes to indicate which agenda item is currently under discussion. The actions for board members, the second box indicates when it is time for them to vote. When you, the board assistant, initiate a vote, a Voting Now link appears for all board members. The board members voting, the third box, informs board members and staff members of final voting results. The last activity box, Attachments, displays a list of attachments or supporting documents of the agenda item currently being discussed. As the board meeting progresses, the board assistant or clerk continually updates the activity boxes to identify the item currently under discussion, to indicate when a vote is called, and to display the final voting results. At any time during the meeting, the board member can view the item details by clicking the View hyperlink on the current agenda item on the first activity box. Log in as a board member and navigate to the meeting room. In the meeting room page, locate the current agenda item activity box on the right-hand side of the page. The title of the agenda item currently being discussed is displayed in the first text box. To view details of the current action for the selected agenda item, click on the View hyperlink located in the Actions section. To view the details of the current voting results for the selected agenda item, click the Votes hyperlink located in the Actions section. When a vote is called by the chair on an agenda item, the board assistant initiates the electronic vote and a red Voting Now message will be displayed on the second activity box under the Actions on the meeting room page. If for some reason a board member is unable to cast a vote, he or she can request the board assistant place the vote on his or her behalf. Review the activity boxes on the right side of the meeting room page. When a vote is called on an agenda item, the middle activity box displays the message Voting Now, as well as the first few words of the motion. Click the Vote hyperlink under the Board Members Voting section. The Board Members Voting pop-up displays. The Abstain option may or may not be displayed for the board members. This option can be turned on and off by the system administrator on the global settings. Please click anywhere inside the color-coded box to make your selection. To cast a vote, click on the following options: Aye, Nay, Abstain. Click the Vote Now button to cast your vote. The board members' voting pop-up will close and the meeting room redisplays.